In this video, we're going to set up a Python SMS responder that will automatically respond to incoming SMS text messages. I'm going to assume that you already have a Twilio account. If not, check out my previous video to get set up with that. You will also need a server and optionally a domain name or subdomain, all of which I'll show you how to set up in this video. So let's get started. First of all, feel free to use any server that you prefer, but I have free Vultr account credits for you below, which is what I'm going to use to host our Python code on an Ubuntu server. From your Vultr dashboard, click on Deploy Server. Pick Cloud Compute and Regular Performance, choose any data center, pick the Ubuntu 22.04 server image, and pick the $5 per month plan, which has enough resources for our purposes. You can turn off auto backups and finally click on Deploy Now. When the server is finished spinning up, the status changes to running, and at this time you can click into it and take note of the IP address, username, and password. You can optionally associate your server's IP address with a domain name if you have one. To do this for tonybony.com, which I have registered with Google Domains, all I have to do is go into my DNS settings and add an A record with the IP address of my Vultr server. After some time, you'll be able to ping your domain name and get back the IP address, at which point you can use SSH to log into the remote server as the root user like this. When prompted for a password, go back into Vultr, copy the password, and paste it in. Now we are connected to the Ubuntu server. Next up, let's set up a Python virtual environment and get a couple packages that we need. Type in sudo apt install python3-venv. And after that installs, let's create a virtual environment called like with python3-m venv, and let's put it in the home directory in a folder called env. Then let's activate that virtual environment with source and then pass it the path to the like virtual environment, the bin directory, and then activate. You can tell we are in our virtual environment now because we see the like prefix right here. Next, let's use pip to install the Twilio package and Flask for serving our code. Now that we have all of our dependencies installed, let's set up a very basic Flask app to demonstrate how Flask works. Make a new directory called responder and go into that directory. Use the text editor of your choice to create a new file called app.py. I'm going to use Vim, but you can use Nano or something else. Import Flask and instantiate a new Flask object. Create a root for your app at / and create a function called index that simply returns this text string. Finally, add these 2 lines of code to run the Flask app with your domain name or IP address in the default development Flask port of 5000. We're done in here, so go ahead and save your file, which if you're using Vim, it's escape shift:\wq, then hit enter. Next, let's make sure your firewall is not blocking port 5000, and then let's test it out. Type in UFW status, and because the firewall is on, let's explicitly allow port 5000 with UFW allow 5000. Finally, run the Flask app with python app.py. In a web browser, when I go to tonybony.com:5000, I see the text subscribe to Tony Teaches Tech, so that means everything is working. Now we can write some Python code to respond to incoming SMS messages. Open app.py and let's also import requests from Flask in the messaging response library. Make a new root at /SMS that works with post requests and pair it with a function called SMS. The request object has a form property that we will print to the console and use later. Instantiate the messaging response object, give it a simple message, and return it as a string. Save your changes and start up the app with python app.py. Back over in Twilio, go to phone numbers, active number, click on your phone number, and then scroll down to messaging. Replace the default webhook with your domain or IP address :5000/SMS and hit save. Basically, at this point, whenever your Twilio phone number receives a text message, it will then execute your Flask function, which will return a response that will then be returned back to the sender. So let's try it out. I'm going to use the iMessage app on my MacBook to send a text to my Twilio phone number, and pretty much immediately we see the request data printed out and the response sent back via SMS. I'll show you later how to get rid of this prefix by upgrading your account. But for now, let's take a look at the request data. We can parse out and use any value as necessary, but let's improve our response by including the body and from values. Open up app.py again, and let's make variables for the incoming phone number and message body, and let's have the response say, "Hello number, you said this." Save those changes, start back up the app, and now when we send a text message to the Twilio phone number, we see the expected SMS response. If you want to get rid of the sent from your Twilio account, you will need to upgrade your account. To do this, click on Upgrade Account from your Twilio dashboard and provide your physical address and sales tax exemptions. You'll need to fund your account with at least $20, and you can do this via credit card or PayPal. As soon as you do this, you can start up your Twilio app again, and now you won't have the trial account limitation anymore. Now that we have mastered SMS, I'm going to show you how to set up a programmable voice mailbox, which is actually really easy to do since we have pretty much everything set up. So check that out next after you subscribe.